In this video, I talk about Patreon and how you can help me help the wargaming community. So for probably at least a year now, I've had people asking me in comments for videos, sending me messages, people that I've bumped into at conventions and things like that, asking me, hey, when are you going to do some sort of crowdfunding? Are you going to do a Kickstarter? Are you going to do something like that? And I've never really had any kind of plans to do that sort of stuff. I was making my videos and I was having a good time, and I still am, obviously. I keep making them. But it wasn't something I really thought about, you know. I make a little bit of money from the advertising. And of course, I did the t-shirt sale last year. Those of you who got in on that, that was very, you know, I was very thankful for that kind of support, and it was helpful, and I hope you enjoy your shirts. But I've had people recently asking me, have you heard about Patreon? So for those of you that don't know, Patreon is, again, kind of a crowdfunding thing, but it's designed towards content creators. It's for not like Kickstarter, where I've made a product or a thing, and then you're going to basically prepay for it, and then I will make that thing and then produce it and give it to you. It's more of a, I want to do a thing where I want to set something up as a you as a user would be able to say, I would love to give you $1 a month as support, or $2 a month, or whatever. There's lots of different Patreon things out there that people can support. Musicians, writers, pretty much people who create content. It's very different than Kickstarter, which is more often than not kind of a one-off. Here's this thing, it's going to happen, and then we'll do another Kickstarter later for our next product or whatever. This is more of a kind of a constant thing that you can set up, and then, you know, you don't have to think about it too much afterwards, but you generally get a lot of benefits. So I'd had people asking me about it, and I'd been looking into it, and I've gotten to the point where I've decided to pull a trigger and make it happen, which is why you're seeing this video. My thought process is that I'm doing this not because I would want to make more money. It's not that at all. It's that I'm at a point right now where I'd like to keep going with the channel and do more with the channel, potentially do more things, kind of help the people who are trying to get into hobby, you know, trying to get into the wargaming hobby, try to help them out a little bit more. But there's things like, you know, different equipment and just traveling to more shows and things like that that I would like to do. So that's why I'm kind of looking for this support. Now, again, for those of you who are not familiar with Patreon, it's something you sign up on the Patreon site, and then you can support different creators as they make things happen. So you could support me through my Patreon, you could support other people. It's been going on for a while now, and it seems to be the de facto, just like Kickstarter is kind of like the big one for crowdfunding. This is kind of the big one for creator funding, I guess you might call it. And I don't know that there's actually another one besides Patreon. So maybe this is the only one right now. There used to be another one, but I think Patreon bought them. Anyway, long story short, if you look on the Patreon page for Tabletop Minions, you'll find 3 different levels currently of support. So there's the first level, which is supporters. You're basically giving $1 a month, and it's covering kind of like a tip, like, hey, I appreciate what you're doing, you know, keep doing it. Or if you're one of those people who uses ad blocker on YouTube, this would kind of be like, some people refer to it as ad blocker forgiveness. You know, you don't want to necessarily have to see ads too much, but you do still want to help out the creators that you want to help out. But you don't want to necessarily help out everybody that you know, every little thing that you see on YouTube. So that's kind of the trick with that first level. The second level is going to be the Tabletop Minions Brigade, and that one is $2. That one, and again, this is currently, who knows how long in the future you might end up seeing this, but right now that's where it's at. And in that situation, you're going to get a little bit extra other than just like, hey, here's a tip, thanks a lot. You're going to get access to kind of a little chat area that's private, and I'll be able to post things there, like things that I'm working on over on the table, things that I'm doing at conventions and stuff like that. It's basically kind of a private social media area where you can kind of chat back and forth, plus you'll be able to see things that just only people you know, who are supporters like that, Brigade and above, will be able to see. Lastly, there's Uncle Adam's Irregulars. And Uncle Adam's Irregulars will be people who, I guess, really appreciate what I'm doing. It's $4 a month, and it gets all the same benefits as the Tabletop Minions Brigade, but there's also going to be a live show that will be available just for Irregulars once per month. So I'll have more details about that as soon as I kind of figure out all that technology and everything like that, but it will be for just our regulars. And there'll probably be some other things down the road, but right now that's kind of the trick for the different levels of support. Again, anything that you're interested in giving, I appreciate. If you don't want to give anything, that's also fine. Nothing will change as far as the way the channel's working currently. You'll still see a video every Friday. You'll still see the live show every other Sunday. But if some of the goals that are on the Patreon page get hit, you'll start to see some other things. One of the goals will be, if I hit a certain level of monthly support, you'll start to see battle reports. I've been putting off battle reports for a while, and I've decided that if I can get enough people interested that way, then I'll definitely make it happen. I'm actually already making some inroads towards that as far as the audio is concerned, which is technical stuff that you're not really super interested into, but you'll find out more hopefully if we hit that goal. So beyond that, there's other goals that you can see on the website. I might add some more later on. We'll see. But all of this allows the channel to grow more, hopefully, and do more for the community. And I'm really interested in doing that kind of stuff, helping the community. I want to, as I get bigger as a channel, really help the hobby to grow, because we all want people to play against, and the more people involved, the better. So if you're interested, again, it's patreon.com/tabletopminions. I'll put it down in the description. And if you're interested in supporting, I appreciate it. And thanks for watching.